Happy Sunday. I offered to be an extra pair of hands at the office today, but as I've checked and I do not see my schedule opened up online and I haven't received any calls from work yet, I guess that I get to assume that perhaps they don't need me today. So today's going to be a leisurely coffee drinking day, which, wow, sounds terrible, doesn't it? Oh, I'm not bitter at all, and neither will this coffee be. Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have a day to leisurely do whatever you like. And I normally never work Sundays, but I thought I might make an exception because sometimes, it's nice to help out at work when they're busy. But I love having me days, and Sunday's the perfect day for it. So I hope you're having a me day today, and I hope that your coffee is strong and your day is long. Enjoy. Yeah, these weird clouds remind me of years ago when we lived in a different place. There were neighbors across the street that were yelling and fighting and threatening one another right on the front lawn. And I was really hoping today wouldn't be like that, and it wasn't. Hello. This is still Tuesday, but later in the day, so at home hair, don't care. Well, I wanted to talk about something began last night, the visit of a little moth on my screen door. I ended up taking a cool picture of him. Just a little guy. And I thought, okay, cool picture. Today when we were out doing our shopping, we were waiting for a bus to head back, and there was like a moth crawling on my shoe. He was definitely bigger than the one on my screen door last night. And he decided he wanted to get up into my pant leg, and I'm like, no, you're not going to be doing that. But he was very persistent, and as much as I was trying to shake him off and tell him that he is not to do that, he did not listen, and he got up into my pant leg. So I'm kind of jumping around trying to coax him out and shaking him at my jeans at the same time. I was wearing these wide leg jeans, so it made it easier for him. And finally I got him out, but he crawled up the back of my leg, and we finally got him onto a piece of paper and put him over by the tree so he would stay out of traffic. So I feel like when you're being visited by an animal or an insect or something like that, it might be wise to look into the symbology of it. So I was looking into it, and apparently, other than death, moths are the emissaries of the spirit realm, which I think is a pretty cool title for a moth, really. And also it could be the souls of ancestors, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to be, living up to the name. So yeah, definitely a visit from the ancestors sounds pretty good to me. What are they? They are messengers. So often they'll conveying to you that endings may be happening, but that's so that a new beginning can happen too. So kind of have to take it with the good and the bad. So yeah, they are interesting because they are pollinators, so they deserve respect. And also they start out like butterflies as caterpillars, and they cocoon, and they come out of the cocoon, even cooler than they went in. And butterflies seem to get all the admiration and the love, though. And then people are like towards moths are like, ew. But I think they're very, very cool. And there's a lot of, cool mythology around them as being omens of death or transition. And you know what? So what? Like, there's a place for moths, and there's a place for that kind of symbology. So another thing that they said was moth reminds us that transformation is possible even when it is not always comfortable or easy. And really, that is definitely a good reminder to have, because it's true. It's absolutely true. So I got to thank my little moth buddies for showing me a little bit of guidance. I do appreciate it. And, it's always good to, when you notice things like animals or insects that are turning up in your life repeatedly, that there might be a little message there for you. So have you had any moths or insects or other like animals showing up in your life? Because if you have, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. So this has been Moth Talk with me on a Tuesday night, and I just wanted to share that with you. Well, here's a nice dramatic shot of the produce and eggs that I picked up this morning at a local market that I love to go to. The family that runs it is super nice, and I love that they get their produce from the local farmers, and it's very cost effective and the taste is far superior. So this is where I love to vote with my dollars, and hopefully there'll be more of these markets popping up everywhere. An older lady asked me if I did anything ever with my carrot tops, and I said no. And she told me that I could put them in soups and stews, and I could even freeze them. So I learned something today. I got some fresh air, and it's the start of a beautiful day. Hello, everyone. I wanted to come back and do another segment to add on to the produce one that you just saw. I wanted to talk about this delightful older man that I met on my way out of the market, and he was coming in. He had really bright white, long hair and a big, long white beard also. I'm not going to make any Gandalf the White comparisons. And he had these blue eyes that reminded me of my dad's eyes. And so we started chatting, hello, how are you, type of thing. And he said he'd been in the hospital for a little while with pneumonia. And he was grateful that he didn't get a secondary infection while in the hospital, because he said that would have got me. So I told him, well, I'm really glad that you're still here with us, and you look very well and great. And he was appreciative of that. And then we just talked a little bit about family stuff, and honestly, like, his energy reminded me so much of my dad. And then it turned out that he's the same age as my dad was when he passed away. So I don't know about you, but to me, it felt like synchronicity. Like maybe my dad was checking in on me and say that he's well in the way that they do. I felt pretty happy about it. Like that was something to pay attention to, and I'm happy about it. Like, it made me feel great. And it's always nice to chat with others, especially seniors. They may not always have a big social circle, so it's nice to say hi and chat them up a little bit. And I don't know, I always enjoy it. I don't really run into grouchy ones very often, but they have every right to be grouchy in my opinion. So I'm going to leave them be, let them be who they are. But yeah, I just wanted to share that was a really nice moment. And you never know what you're going to find or who you're going to talk to when you go out to the market. So this is what the sky looked like this evening after work as I was walking home, and I could not resist getting a picture of this. It actually turned out the way my eyes were seeing it. You know how seldomly that happens with pictures? I think my iPhone did a pretty good job with that one, so thank you, iPhone camera, for not messing that up like some of the photos you take of the moon.